Most of Winners Have Yet to Be Announced is really, more than anything else, an attempt to translate into print what happens in the quality and the tone of Donny Hathaway's singing voice, laid over whatever instrumentation he was involved with at the time, a band, his own solo accompaniment on keyboard or piano. The first track of these recordings, page 6970, is a male voice trying to ferret out whether or not his relationship to a woman, in this case a wife, has ended. Has it stopped? And what would it mean for things to stop when so many other things, of course, go on, even through whatever stops? The second recording, second track, is in the voice of a older man who works in the stockyards in St. Louis in 1980. And our interview team here, with a film crew in this case, has stopped him to ask him about Donny Hathaway because he lived in the same neighborhood Hathaway lived in when he was a kid. And the man first, of course, claims not to know anything about that, but then recollects that he had seen Donny Hathaway in concert and goes on to explain what he thought he heard and what it's meant to him since. Track number 3, page 102, is in the voice of what the young Donny Pitts, Donny Hathaway in Winners Have Yet to Be Announced, calls the Angels. These are prostitutes that live on the street near his house in Carr Square in St. Louis as he was a kid growing up. This is a piece of the book set in 1955 when Donny Hathaway was 9, and there's one of these prostitute figures talking to him about what she hears in his voice on the days where she says she feels like wearing a hat, and she goes to church and listens to him sing, and she's trying to explain her version of what she hears to the young man whose voice she's noticed for its power. The next track, track 4, is in the voice of an anonymous band member, and he's trying to explain what his perspective on Donny Hathaway and working with him was. Track 5, on page 161, is in the voice of Donny Hathaway's wife, Eulalia, who is a classically trained musician and singer herself, who met Donny Hathaway in the late 1960s in Howard University, where they were both students, and who was involved with him, marriage, 2 children over years, in a marriage which became tumultuous at times. She's talking about what she remembers about their private life together. And finally, track 6 is page 184, and it's simply the title of the Washington Post obituary of Donny Hathaway, printed January 15th, 1979, and an excerpt from that obituary where the title of the book happens. That's it.